It's easier to get out of agriculture than it is to get into agriculture, and to be able to stay in family farming, you've got to be able to be profitable, to make it interesting for the next generation to want to come back to the farm. To do that, you've got to be able to reach the markets that you have available to you, and in Maryland, grapes is one of those. My name's Jenny Schmidt. I am a vineyard manager and partner in Schmidt Vineyard Management, Schmidt Farms, Inc. in Sudlersville, Maryland. We started growing grapes about 12 years ago. We are fairly diversified in terms of our whole family operation. Formerly a hog and beef cattle operation, transitioned to grains, hay, vegetables, and wine grapes over the last 10 years or so to sort of diversify once we got out of livestock production. We grow 8 different varieties for wholesale for the wineries in the state of Maryland as well as some of our surrounding mid-Atlantic states. For us, it's about adding value to the acre. I mean, that's why we grow the different things that we do to diversify what we do grow, and that spreads out our risk, and that diversification is part of our risk management portfolio. We use crop insurance heavily on most of our crops. We just recently, last November, started taking crop insurance out on the vineyards that we own as well as the vineyards that we lease. And part of that is because you have to have a certain number of years in production and a certain amount of tons production before you're eligible to take out crop insurance on grapes. But we face a lot of risks in grape production. For the past 2 years, we've had late frosts. Record keeping and planning are definitely important because you've got to be able to come in with weight tickets to show how much you produced and records on when you planted the vineyard so you know, or they will know, when you're eligible to apply for insurance. It's a good coverage policy for the extreme of what you could face as a grower growing grapes in Maryland. When you consider the past few years with the economy not being at its strongest and the fact that the winery industry still grew at such huge numbers, we were really able to withstand a lot of risk in that manner because the demand is still there, and wineries are part of that local economy and local product that consumers are looking for. There's not a state, including Alaska, that doesn't have a winery. They may not grow grapes up there, but they at least have folks who are making and bottling wine. So I don't see it as really slowing down since it really weathered a fairly tough economy to begin with already. It's part of that niche of buying from a local farmer or buying a local product, because when you do buy locally, you're supporting your community, you're supporting your neighbors, you're supporting the local economy. It's sort of that cyclical part of your dollar, and it's spent locally and it's kept locally. There's a real science and an art behind making wine, and I think to be able to have those skills and have that growth of the industry from being so small to having all those growth pains to getting to where the wine has good reputation and a high quality reputation, and I think some of the wineries that have come online have really pushed the rest of the industry to do better as well. I think that it's definitely improving.